People here in Tucson heartbroken over the mass shootings in El Paso and Dayton. Victims of the January 8th shooting know firsthand of this tragedy, the pain and guilt that still remains in the minds of survivors. News 4 Tucson's Allie Potter has the story. It's new at 5.
It was 8 years ago, 6 people lost their lives and 13 who were injured survived. The recent shootings may not have happened here in Tucson, but they still hit close to home. James Gierke has helped victims of mass shootings like Pulse Nightclub and Sandy Hook Elementary for 20 years. Now he's the executive director of Homicide Survivors. He says the recent mass shootings bring back memories of what happened here in Tucson on January 8th, 2011.
You know, that's still something that's really raw and comes to the surface for many of us who were affected and impacted by that, and really the whole community was.
Mary Reed was one of the 13 victims who survived the January 8th shooting. She took her 17-year-old daughter to watch her hero, Gabby Gifford, speak.
Threw her against the wall and I was shot in both arms. He was trying to shoot her through me. And so I got really angry and I turned around to look at him. And when I did that, he dropped the gun from my head to my back and shot me a third time.
Gierke says shootings affect homicide survivors like Reed.
I have survivor's guilt every time I speak to another mother who has had a child taken by gun violence.
Reed says through it all, what really helped her heal the most was kindness.
When you are kind, that you really do help those people who've gone through these types of traumas heal.
Speaking of kindness, homicide survivors are on standby to help victims of the El Paso shooting. Allie Potter, News 4 Tucson.